Alright, g'day everyone. This is going to be a quick tutorial on how to use the place marks and make a flyby in Google Earth. So first thing I'm going to do is at the top here I'm going to type in the Opera House because that's what I'm going to use for my flyby, and we're going to zoom into the Opera House. Ooh, I'm going to have to put in the Sydney Opera House. Alright, let's go. Alright, so that's going to take me into the Sydney Opera House. I want to make sure down here that I've got 3D buildings. See over here that I've got 3D buildings selected. So I'm going to do a flyby of the Sydney Opera House. So over here in my places, I'm going to right click and I'm going to click add, and I'm going to add a folder. And I'm going to call that folder the Sydney Opera House Tour, and I'll go OK. So now you can see over here that I've got a folder called the Sydney Opera House Tour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a place to start my tour. So I'm going to scroll in a bit. I don't like this view, so I'm going to make my view a little bit better. And actually what I think I'll do is I'll have a straight on view of the Sydney Opera House. I'm going to turn it around, and so we're going to start our helicopter tour over on this side of Sydney Harbour. Alright, so there it is over there. Alright, so I'm going to go over to here. I'm going to say that this is kind of like where I'm going to start my tour. So what I'm going to do with the Sydney Opera House Tour folder selected, I'm going to click on this add a place mark tool over here, and I'm going to call it OH for Opera House 1. And if I move this to the side, you can see there's my little place marker. I'm going to put him a little bit closer over here. I'm going to click OK. And if you look over here again to the left, you can see that within the Sydney Opera House Tour folder there's now OH1, which is my first place mark. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move a bit closer to the Opera House. I'm going to go down as well, sort of get myself into the position that I want to be in. I want to get a bit closer, move it around over to here. So this is going to be my first point here, so that we have a little bit of a closer look at the Opera House. There you go. So again, making sure the Opera House is selected, I'm going to click on place mark, and I'm going to call that one OH for Opera House 2, and I'm going to go OK. So now I've got OH1 and OH2. Now I want to do a little bit of a flyby of the Opera House, so I'm going to go over to this side, right over to here, and then I'm going to turn around again like this, so that we're looking at the Opera House from this angle over here. Go back like that, and we might go out a little bit further again like that. Alright, so I'm going to call that one, you guessed it, OH for Opera House 3, and I'm going to go OK. Alright, so now if we were to go back to the very first one, if I click on OH1, you can see that I'm at my starting point. So if I was going to make my tour, I'm going to go to the starting point. I'm going to then click OH2, which is going to zoom me into my OH2 position, like that. Then I'm going to go OH3, and I'm going to zoom around to my OH3 position as I do my tour. So to record your tour, I'm not going to go and do all of them. I'm going to go back to point 1. I'm at my starting point at OH1. I'm going to click on the record a tour button. Alright, and to start recording, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the little microphone. That's going to start the tour recording, and it'll also record my voice. So I'm going to click on that. I'll get started. So welcome to Sydney Opera House helicopter tours. My name is Michael and I'll be your pilot for the day. As we're coming closer to the Sydney Opera House, you can see that one of the distinct reasons that it was put onto the World Heritage listing was because of its unique design. It's a design that's unique to the Opera House and to Australia, and something that we want to keep for people to be able to see into the future. And once you're happy with that, you can click stop. And now, welcome to Sydney Opera House helicopter tours. My name is Michael and I'll be your pilot for the day. As we're coming closer to the Sydney Opera House, you can see that one of the distinct reasons that it was put onto the World Heritage listing was because of its unique design. It's a design that's unique to the Opera House and to Australia, and something that we want to keep for people to be able to see into the future.